Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here, hope you're well. So we are at number 7 in our lessons, and if you got this far, then you are doing very well. However, some of you will have got here beforehand because of what we're about to learn. And we're going to learn about adding new layers. And by now, many of you will have asked about adding new levels, not layers, new levels. And our levels just mean that we've got a better part of a story to go to, another area of our story, and it means that we can start to really sort of bring our story to life. So let's take a look at the block that is in front of us. We've used this before, and it's to do with our tiles and in our tile maps. And you'll notice that this one here, which is from our scene, and it is our overlaps and our tile map operations. And you can see that I've gone and placed UB on top of a random block. Now it's not very random because it's the only one that's going to be here in this tile map once it's been shown. However, one thing you're going to have to do and take some time to do is to go and create a new tile map, because this needs to be level 2. Let's just pop into assets and make sure that we are aware of what we're making. And so I went and made a blank tile map, and I can do that with the plus. And then go to tile map and then click in there and get a blank one. So let's just quickly do that. I'll do that first and I'll just show you what this looks like. And I got level number 2, give it a name because it needs to be called something so that it's different to the others. And then you can use the tools that are in here. So I'll just grab this and start to use the line tool, and I can start to create a set of lines. And then I need to put my walls in so that my characters don't go and just move anywhere that they please. I'll quickly delete this one because I don't want it. So I'm going to be using this one here in a second inside my blocks. I'm going to pop into my blocks. I'm just going to move over and find where my block was. Let's just move out. Let's zoom out a little bit and zoom back in so we can see everything. Goody gumdrops. Okay, so here my sprite kind player overlaps on exit at location. Okay, so it can be a random thing. It can be random if you want. Okay, so inside here I'm going to put my container, and then I'm going to go and put a cutscene. I don't need to put a cutscene in here, but I can do. And this is going to allow me to go and bring my story to life as I've done in other lessons. So I'm going to go into my story. I'm going to go and put some print character text, and I can go and change my character text with a label, and I can go and put some frames in if I want to go and put some frames in. So I can go into my game, I can go and get some frames if I want to get some frames, and then I can also go and ask some questions if I want to ask some questions in here and see how we're going. We've done this all before. Okay, so I'm going to go and just leave this simple, okay, my character text in here, okay, because really what I want to do is just quickly test that this is going to work. So I'm going to pull this out, okay, just so you know what's happening ahead of time. I'm going to go and quickly test this because I've moved one thing now. I'm just going to quickly test that this is going to work, and then roll down, and then I go into my exit, and you can see right away that everything is working. However, I have a sneaky feeling that there are some characters that are there it is. I thought this might appear, and so because I've skipped past social media isn't destroyed. So I'll have to go and deal with that in a second. So social media is going to be there. Also, I haven't put any walls in, so the walls need to go in to stop my social media from moving around. So I can edit that inside my tile map. So I can quickly go into my tile map, go and edit this, and then go and put my walls in, which are here, and I can start to draw my walls on here, and this will stop my social media from coming straight away, but it'll also mean that I will have to go and destroy social media and start a new kind, but we'll look at that in a second. So what do we have? Let's zoom out. Wow, it's very zoomed in, isn't it? Let's go and see what options we have now. So we know that that works, okay, and we can go and put a cutscene now before our tile map changes, and then we can put some character text in here. What might be nice at this point is once you've gone and put your new level in, is you may want to go and put a sound and put it in the background, and so you've got a ba-ding in the background. So we're going to have a cutscene in here, and we know about these ovals, and they're very important. Inside our game in level 1 will have allowed our player to go through different areas and collect different parts of their profile or points or lives, depending on what you want to happen inside your game. It's entirely up to you. But if you're following along just with this, then perhaps we want to go and bring in something in here just to tell our player what they're doing and where they're at. Okay. And the only way really we're going to do this is we can go, they already know that they'll have their scores and their lives at the top and left hand corner, and so they need to have their profile. Okay, so just over here out of the light here, I'm going to go and get this one. If I just move it over to the side and pull this in, this is what we did last video, was that we went and put our text together. But we put our text together with a plus and plus and plus and plus and plus. So we just used a value and we used a plus and plus and plus and plus and plus. This time we're going to use another advanced section, which is our text. Inside the text, you can put blocks of writing together inside the ovals. Where you can have text, you can start to create individual pieces of writing as part of your story. So if you look closely, you can see that I've got my player profile at that list. So list part 1, which is, you always know at the start, it starts with a 0, then it goes to number 1, then number 2, and at value number 2. So it gives us this text, and it tells us what's happening in here. Now, of course, you don't need a cutscene. You don't need a cutscene at all. You can literally just put a frame in there, and so we go and grab our frame inside game, and we go and grab a frame, go and drop that into here. We'll go and change the frame into something from the gallery. Perhaps we'll go and grab this one, it's rather nice, and then we'll go and add the text inside the frame. So let's go into our game and go and add the text. So we'll go and put show long text across the whole full screen. So if you are with me now, we can go and grab the profile and drop that into that oval. So it doesn't need to be inside the character text inside our brown story blocks. Instead, you can just have a simple frame that's just going to pop up for your players at the end of that level. And so now you've got options inside both your cutscene and your frames, just like we've done in previous lessons. But this time we are using the data that's stored inside our game from level 1, and we're going to put it into that frame. Okay, and then we can put our time map in, and then we can put our sound in. Okay, let's go and check this out. Let's go and see what this looks like, because I have a sneaky feeling that we've only got A, B and C in our list, but let's go and check it out because we are skipping through the game. Let's go and play it real quick. Let's go through the game and we'll play it. So we'll go through the game and we'll speed run this, and there we have it. So there's our frame with our stored data. At the moment it's only ABC because that's what is inside that list. If we play the game, we would get different parts of our social media, spam email, we would get fake websites, scams, viral feeds, all that kind of thing, and it would tell our player what we've done inside that game and how well we have dodged the errors of the internet. Okay, however, you'll notice now that where my character is now is stuck at the exit of level 2. Also, we can see that social media has broken through the walls, and so we'll have to go and fix that. Let's stop this before our game goes wild. So of course, now what we need to do is we need to go and make sure that our character is going to move now inside scene, and then we need to go and get our tile map operations to go and place on a random block. Now it's not random at all, it's going to be, because it's in order, it's changed the tile map. Now we can go and move our character to our stage door or the opening of the door. So let's go to there. Let's just go and make sure that we've got that error here. So we need to have UB, not my sprite, and it'll move to the stage door. Let's just double check that the asset is that. Let's go into here and edit. Let's just double check. Yes, that's our stage. So there's our stage door. Let's go back into our blocks, and we're going to make sure that that is how we want it to look. So let's just read this from the top. Overlaps with exit, goes to a frame, goes and gives us our values and tells us what our profile is. Set tile map to level 2, play the sound, well done, and then place UB on this stage door, which will be at the top. Let's go and give this a test. Let's go full screen so we can actually see it. It gives us AB, it's got our sound, and it's gone and dropped us onto level number 2. So far, so good. So now we can start to experiment with everything that we want, but there's still one thing, isn't it? We still have social media being here. So what we want to do is we could go and destroy social media at any point in here. I'll put social media, well, we can already see social media once we've landed on here. We don't want to be in here, so let's go and put it somewhere else like that. So it's going to go and destroy social media as we get our long text. Right, that's it for this one. It's quite short compared to the others. However, there are lots and lots for us to experiment with, especially in here when we're going from level to level to level. Think about how your game's going to play. Think about, do you want points? Do you want to go and have a better ending? Or is this the end of the game, in which case you need to give some kind of write-up and some music for our players to enjoy at the end of their game. Alright, as always, good luck.